Hello students, welcome back to Effortless Chemistry. Already we have started group 15 of the P block elements, and in the last session we have completed atomicity, P5 multiple bonding, catenation as well as maximum covalence of the nitrogen. Now we will discuss oxidation states of group 15 element. Already we know that what is oxidation state? The charge appearing on the element which indicates the number of electrons lost or gained by the atom. Okay, if the number of electrons lost, positive charge will appear. Number of electrons are gained, that is what? Negative charge. Okay, now before going to the oxidation state, first we will discuss the stability of the atom. In the periodic table, the stability of the atom depends on what? Group 18 elements, because group 18 elements are having octet configuration, that is NS2 NP6 configuration. Because of that completely filled S and P orbital, they have got extra stability so that they do not have any tendency to lose or gain the electrons here. So they are not involved in the chemical reaction, they are chemically inert. But if you go for other elements in the periodic table, that is the elements other than group 18, all these elements, they try to achieve octet configuration in their valence shell by losing or gaining of the electrons. So here the stability of the atom depends on what? Octet configuration. Octet configuration is nothing but what? That is NS2 NP6. Okay, 8 electrons in their outermost orbit. Group 18 elements are having 8 electrons in their outermost orbit. But the atoms other than group 18 in the periodic table, they try to achieve this octet configuration by losing or gaining of electron or by the mutual sharing of the electrons. So all the atoms, they are having two possibilities, that is losing of electron or gaining of electron. Now to achieve the octet configuration, this losing or gaining of the electron, that depends on what here? How many electrons are present in the valence shell, first thing, and what is the size of the atom. If it is a small size atom, it try to gain the electron. If it is a large size atom, it try to lose the electron. Now we will go for group 15 elements. In case of group 15 elements, they are having how many valence electrons in the valence shell? Already they are having what? NES2 NP3 configuration, means 5 electrons are there in the valence shell. Now to achieve octet configuration, it has to lose all the 5 electrons or it has to gain 3 electrons to achieve the octet configuration. So that it has two possibilities, that is what? Losing of all the 5 electrons or gaining of 3 electrons here. If it gains 3 electrons, the total number of electrons become as 8. Otherwise, if it loses all the electrons, then it achieves nearest noble gas configuration. If it loses all the 5 electrons, then the oxidation state of the element will be what? +5. If it gains 3 electrons to achieve the octet configuration, then the oxidation state will be what? -3 here. Okay. Again, here this gaining of electron or losing of electron depends on what? The size of the atom. Now in the group 15 elements, down the group, what happens here? Atomic size is increasing. So the small size element, they are having tendency to gain the electron, so that the small size element, they try to show the -3 oxidation state. This -3 oxidation state tendency is maximum in case of small size atom. If you go down the group, what happens? Atomic size go on increases, so that the electrons are far away from the nucleus. As the size of the atom increases, their ability to lose the electron also increases. That's why if you go for the other elements, they try to show positive oxidation state also, that is +5 also possible in the remaining elements here. Okay, this is what the oxidation state. Here also it will show +5 in the some elements. Okay, but the tendency of the -3 oxidation state is maximum in the first element, that is nitrogen, and this tendency to show the -3 oxidation state decreases down the group because of increase in the atomic size. Now what are the common oxidation states of group 15 elements? Now I will write common oxidation states. Now the common oxidation state of group 15 elements we can write. This is a -3 plus 3 and plus 5. Okay, minus 3 there means plus 3 is also possible and plus 5 is also possible. These three are common oxidation states of group 15 elements here. In the group 15, the phosphorus is most commonly encountered element. In this one, you have to remember this minus 3, plus 3 and plus 5 oxidation states here. Now, the maximum oxidation state of the element is what here? Plus 5, because they are of group 15 element or 5A element. The maximum oxidation state is plus 5. Always you keep in mind, the oxidation state of the element will not exceed its group number. Group number is 5A. The maximum oxidation state is what? Plus 5 here. Now, if you go down the group, again what happens here? Atomic size is increasing. Like this, I will write nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. As you go down the group, the tendency of the atom to lose the electron increases because electrons are far away from the nucleus. Since this bismuth is having a larger atomic size, it must show what? Plus 5 oxidation state. It has to lose all the 5 electrons since 5 electrons are there, and it has to show plus 5 oxidation state. The very important point is, in the group 15, even though bismuth is having the largest size, it will not show plus 5 oxidation state. In case of bismuth, plus 5 oxidation state is not possible. It shows only plus 3 oxidation state here. The reason for this one is, the electronic configuration of bismuth is what here? This is a xenon, 4F14, 5D10, and this is a 6S2, and 6p3. Okay, and these are the valence electrons. These are valence electrons, and these are the electrons present in the penultimate shell, and these are the electrons present in the anti-penultimate shell here. Now what happens? The 5 valence electrons are there in the bismuth, means the 2 electrons are present in the 6s orbital, and remaining 3 electrons are present in what here? 6p orbital, and here 3 unpaired electrons are present. Now what happens? Since this bismuth is having completely filled F and D orbitals in its inner shell, due to the poor shielding effect of D and F orbital, these 6s electrons are strongly attracted towards the nucleus of the bismuth. Since these 6s electrons are strongly attracted towards the nucleus of the bismuth, these electrons cannot be unpaired and they are not involved in the bonding. Hence what happens? These 2 electrons are taken as inert because they are not involved in the bonding. What is the reason? Due to the poor shielding effect of completely filled D and F orbitals in the bismuth, 6s electrons are strongly attracted towards the nucleus, so that they are not involved in the bonding, even they cannot be unpaired. Hence what happens? These 2 electrons are inert, and here only 3 electrons are involved in the bonding. Hence these 3 electrons are taken as what? Reactive. Hence bismuth loses only these 3 electrons to show the plus 3 oxidation state, and it will not show plus 5 oxidation state. This effect is called as what? Inert pair. See here, these pair of electrons are inert. This is called as what? Inert pair effect. The tendency of ns electrons to remain inert due to the poor shielding effect of D and F orbitals is called as what? Inert pair effect. Hence in case of bismuth, you can write like this. This is the bismuth. Okay, it is having 5 valence electrons in the valence shell like this. Then what happens? It loses only 3 electrons to show plus 3 oxidation state. Once it loses 3 electrons, its size decreases because of cation is having always smaller size than the parent atom. Now because of smaller cation, what happens? Again these 6s electrons are strongly attracted towards the nucleus. Again they become more and more inert because positive charge increases. Again what happens? They are strongly attracted towards the nucleus. So what happens? Bismuth shows only plus 3 oxidation state. In case of bismuth, always you keep in mind plus 3 oxidation state is stable. Next, if it want to lose these 2 electrons to show the plus 5 oxidation state, this is not possible because plus 5 oxidation state is unstable. In case of bismuth, only +3 oxidation state is stable here. This is what we call it as inert pair effect. What it is? Inert pair effect. The oxidation state of the element 2 units less than the group oxidation state. Group oxidation state is +5 and this is what? +3. What is the reason for this? 2 electrons, the 6s electrons are not involved in the bonding. Why they are not involved in the bonding? Due to the poor shielding effect of d and f orbitals, they are strongly attracted towards the nucleus, hence they cannot be involved in the bonding, they cannot be unpaired. That's why they are not involved in the bonding. This is what we call it as inert pair effect. That's why what happens here, down the group, if you go like this, in case of bismuth, in case of the bismuth, only +3 oxidation state is possible. What happens? +3 oxidation state is possible due to poor shielding effect. You can observe here, this is what? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These 3 elements are having what? Completely filled d and f orbital. This is having completely filled d as well as f orbital, and this arsenic and antimony are also having what? They are also having completely filled d orbital. That's why what we can say is, down the group what happens here, the stability of +3 oxidation state increases and that of +5 oxidation state decreases. Okay, this is what the oxidation states of group 15 elements and inert pair effect. Now we will write some other points here. Now, due to inert pair effect, bismuth shows what? Only +3 oxidation state, and due to high electronegativity, the maximum tendency of -3 oxidation state is present in the nitrogen. These remaining elements, they will show +5 as well as +3 oxidation state. So, due to inert pair effect, what happens? As you come down the group, atomic size increases and the atoms which are having completely filled d and f orbital, they must suffer from the poor shielding effect. Because of that, down the group what happens? The stability of the +3 oxidation state increases. One point you will write, down the group, stability of +5 oxidation state decreases and that of +3 oxidation state increases due to inert pair effect. Okay, always you keep in mind this inert pair effect is more pronounced in the group 13, 14 and 15 here. Suppose if I write group 13, group 14 and group 15, the group oxidation state is +3, this is a +4 and this is +5. In this one, the last element thallium will not show +3 oxidation state, instead it will show what? +1 oxidation state. In the group 14, the last element lead, it will not show +4 oxidation state, it will show what? Only +2 oxidation state, again due to what? Inert pair effect only. Similarly, as we have discussed here, bismuth also it shows what? +3 oxidation state instead of +5. So this inert pair effect is more pronounced in the group 13, 14 and 15. In these 3 elements, in case of thallium +1, lead +2 and bismuth +3 are stable here. Okay, that's why suppose if I write bismuth in the +5 oxidation state, this is highly unstable, readily it will convert into what? +3 oxidation state. Since it undergo reduction, it is acting as what? Strong oxidizing agent. Bismuth in the +5 oxidation state is strong oxidizing agent because readily it will convert into what? +3. Suppose if I write thallium in the +3 oxidation state, readily it will convert into what? +1. Hence again it is what? Strong oxidizing agent. Always you keep in mind, in case of lead also what happens? +4 oxidation state is less stable, readily it will convert into what? +2 oxidation state. That's why since it undergo reduction, it acts as what? Strong oxidizing agent. So all these elements in their higher oxidation state, they are very good oxidizing agents because they will readily convert into what? +1, +2 and +3 oxidation state here. So I hope you are very much clear with the oxidation states, why they will lose and gain the electrons. Okay, in case of group 15, one point you keep in mind, bismuth only shows +3 oxidation state due to inert pair effect, the tendency of ns electrons to remain inert due to completely filled d and f orbital, because they are showing what? Poor shielding effect here. Next thing, what are the common oxidation states of group 15 elements? They are what? -3, +3 and +5 here. Okay. Now, how these group 15 elements, they will react with the other elements in the periodic table. Already we know that in the periodic table, right side element is what? Electronegative, and left side element is what? Electropositive. For instance, I will take group 15 element. Here, group 15 element, I will take it as what? E. E is what? Group 15 element. The reaction of this group 15 element with the halogen. These group 15 elements, they will react with halogen. Halogens are present in the right hand side, at the right hand side, and these group 15 are what? Left hand side. So halogens are what? Electronegative. Group 15 elements are what? Electropositive here. Halogen being electronegative, it will show what? -1 oxidation state. That is the most common oxidation state of halogen here. We know that in case of group 15, what are the common oxidation state here? -3, +3 and +5. Since halogen shows -1 oxidation state, this must show what? Positive oxidation state. How many positive oxidation states are possible here? +3 and +5. It may show +3 oxidation state or +5 oxidation state here. Smaller atom, it will show what? +3 oxidation state. If you go still down the group, what happens? As atomic size increases, they will show +5 oxidation state. Now, the reaction of group 15 element with the halogen. Halogens are right hand side and group 15 elements are what? Left hand side. So, what happens here? Halogen is electronegative, this become as electronegative, and this become as what? Electropositive here. That's why this group 15 element, it must show what? Positive oxidation state. What are the oxidation state possible for group 15 elements here? -3, +3 and +5. So this is showing negative, means it must show what? Positive oxidation state here. So I will write this is -1. Positive, how many are possible? +3 also possible and +5 also possible. This is -1. So they will react to form what? Two types of halide, that is it become as EX3. I'll write like this. This one you write here, right here. So this is what? EX3, and you can take +5 oxidation state also. Then you cross multiply the charges, you will get the formula, that is what? EX5 type of the halides. This is what the reaction of group 15 element with the halogens. So that with the group 15 elements, they will show what here? +3, sorry, with the group 17 elements. So with the group 17 elements, they will show what? +3 and +5 oxidation state. Suppose if I write the reaction of group 15 element with the group 16 oxygen. Oxygen being more electronegative because it is at the right hand side of the group 15 element. So that this is electronegative, means it will show what? -2 oxidation state here. Since it is showing -2, for this group 15 element, positive oxidation states are possible. It may be +3 or it may be what? +5 oxidation state with the oxygen. So that it will form two types of the oxides here, that is E2O3, or it may be what here? E2O5. So with the oxygen, it will show what? Group 15 elements, they will show +3 and +5 oxidation state most commonly. Okay. Next, with the halogen also, they will show what? +3 and +5. A simple logic is, this group 15 element, they will show positive oxidation state with the other element which is more electronegative than group 15 element, and they will show negative oxidation state with the other element which are more electropositive than the group 15. Group 15 is electronegative, it shows -3. Group 15 is electropositive, it shows +3 and +5. Similarly, if I write the reaction of group 15 element with the metals. What are the metals here? Group 1 and group 2 elements are metals. I will take +1 oxidation state of the metal, group 1, and +2 oxidation state of the metal, that is group 2. Metals are being highly electropositive, they will show what? Positive oxidation state, +1 and +2. Since these are electropositive, group 15 element must be what? Electronegative. So that group 15 element with the metals, they will show negative oxidation state, that is -3. This is also -3, and this also what? -3. So what type of compound is formed here? That is nothing but Me3 type of the compound, or else M2E3 type of the compound is formed here. Always you keep in mind, with the electropositive elements, these group 15 element, they will show -3 oxidation state. With the more electronegative element, they will show +3 and +5 oxidation states here. This is what the reaction, the oxidation states of group 15 element with halogen, with the oxygen, and with the metals here. Next point, now we will discuss some disproportion reactions of nitrogen and phosphorus. Okay, what is the disproportion reaction? The particular oxidation state of the element that undergoes simultaneous oxidation and reduction, that process is called as what? Disproportion, we call it as. Or the particular oxidation state of the element which is less stable, it will split into two oxidation state. One is higher oxidation state and another is lower oxidation state. That is also what? Disproportion reaction here. So in case of group 15, disproportion reaction, all the oxidation states of the nitrogen from +1 to +4, they will undergo what? Disproportion reaction. So in case of nitrogen, +1 and +4 oxidation states, they will undergo what? Disproportion. For example, if I write HNO2 nitrous acid, this on heating, what happens? Its oxidation state is what here? +3 is there, and it will convert into HNO3 nitric acid plus NO plus H2O it is. See here, this is the +3 oxidation state of the element. It will convert into one higher oxidation state, that is +5, and it will convert into one lower oxidation state. This is what? +2. From +3 to +5, 2 units, +3 to +2, 1 unit reduction it is. Total change in the oxidation state is 3. That's why this is multiplied with 3. Now you will get what? 2 times of NO. This is what the disproportion reaction in case of nitrogen. Okay. Always you keep in mind, in case of disproportion, if you heat this one, nitrous acid become as what? Nitric acid. Acid, this is acid become as what? Ic acid. This is having lower oxidation state, and this is having what? Higher oxidation state. This is what the conversion here. Next point is, in case of phosphorus, all the oxidation states from -3 to +5, they will undergo disproportion reaction. Example I will write here. Two examples are there. Suppose if I write H3PO2, this on heating, it will convert into H3PO4 plus phosphine. What is the oxidation state of the element here? This is +1 oxidation state of the phosphorus is there, and here the oxidation state of the phosphorus is +5, and in case of phosphine it is -3 it is. So what happens here? +1 to +5, 4 units changes, and +1 to -3, again there is a 4 units change here. So this is multiplied with 4. Total change is 8. Total change in the oxidation state is 8 here. 8 by 2 is what? 4. It can be divided by 2 here. So what happens? In this one, you can balance this one. 12 hydrogens are there, and here again you multiply with this one with 3 here. 9 hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, 12 hydrogen, and 3 and 1, 4 phosphorus here. So again phosphorus acid, this is what? Hypophosphorus acid. It will convert into what? Phosphoric acid and phosphine here. This is what? Disproportion. See here, plus 1 to plus 5 higher oxidation state, plus 1 to minus 3 is what? Lower oxidation state. This particular oxidation state, it will split into two oxidation state. This is nothing but disproportion reaction here. Suppose if you take phosphorus acid, that is H3PO3, I will take this on heating. Again what happens? It will convert into the same thing, H3PO4, phosphoric acid. Again it will convert into what? Phosphine. This is minus 3 oxidation state and this is plus 5 oxidation state. And here you will get, I think this is a plus 3 oxidation state. Okay, so that this is 2 unit oxidation state changes, and plus 3 to minus 3, 6 units oxidation state changes here. So 6 plus 2 is how much here? This is equal to 8. 8 by 2 is again 4 here. Okay, this is a 6 plus 2, this is 8. 8 by 2 is what? 4. That's why this is multiplied with 4 and this is multiplied with 3 here. Automatically 12 hydrogen, 9 hydrogen, 3 hydrogen, and this is plus 3 to minus 3 lower oxidation state, plus 3 to plus 5 and higher oxidation state. So in the disproportion reaction, here you keep in mind us acid is converted into what? Ic acid. This is having a lower oxidation state and this is having what? Higher oxidation state. This is what the oxidation state of group 15 elements. That is most important thing you keep in mind. Common oxidation state is minus 3 plus 3 plus 5. Okay, and then nitrogen is having maximum tendency to show minus 3 oxidation state because of small size and high electronegativity. Next, if you go down the group, what happens? In the bismuth, it shows only plus 3 oxidation state, not plus 5 oxidation state. That is due to inert pair effect. Next point is what? Down the group, the stability of plus 5 oxidation state decreases and that of the plus 3 oxidation state increases due to inert pair effect here. Next thing what we have discussed, the reaction of group 15 element with other elements of the periodic table. If the other element is electropositive, they will show negative oxidation state. If the other element is more electronegative than group 15 element, then they will show what? Positive oxidation state, plus 3 and plus 5. Then the disproportion reactions, in case of nitrogen, plus 1 to plus 4 oxidation state, any are there, then they will undergo disproportion. In case of phosphorus, all the oxidation state from minus 3 to plus 5, they will undergo disproportion reaction. This is what the oxidation states of group 15 elements.